Yeah, look, this is one of the most absurd things that I've ever heard. It's so clearly an illegal action in terms of just having political retribution back and using taxpayer dollars.
That is New Jersey Democratic Senator Andy Kim reacting to this. Just in, Trump administration freezes $18 billion in federal funding to New York City infrastructure spending. Hello, everybody. David Shuster here. The Trump administration announced the block on New York and New Jersey spending just hours after the government shutdown began. Trump's director of the Office of Management and Budget, Russ Vought, wrote on X, roughly $18 billion in New York City infrastructure projects have been put on hold to ensure funding is not flowing based on unconstitutional DEI principles. More info to come soon from U.S. Department of Transportation. Vought then added the projects affected include the Hudson Tunnel project, which is aimed at repairing and expanding a key rail link under the Hudson River connecting New Jersey and New York City, and the Second Avenue subway, a long-delayed expansion of Manhattan's subway system. The freeze will guarantee project cost overruns and interrupt thousands of construction jobs for companies in New York and New Jersey.
One of my constituents is Secretary Duffy. He knows the importance of this. He and I have talked about the national importance of the Gateway project. It is absolutely reckless for him to do this, and it's going to put a lot of New Jerseyans in a really tough spot.
Trump administration officials said the move was initially designed to put pressure on New York Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer and Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. The lawmakers from New York are the leading congressional Democrats in the government funding negotiations with the Trump White House. But the infrastructure spending freeze also undermines, if not eliminates, the political viability of New Jersey Republicans. A month out from the New Jersey governor's race, Republican Jack Ciattarelli was already slightly behind. Now, linked to Trump and the elimination of thousands of New Jersey jobs, Ciattarelli, by most accounts, has no chance.
And this is a great way for Donald Trump to just ensure that the Republicans lose the governor's race. I think he really just locked in that loss for the Republicans. And with the candidate Jack Ciattarelli in New Jersey saying that Trump can do no wrong, that he can't think of anything that he disagrees with Trump on, I'd like to for him to explain that answer now.
The irony of Donald Trump sacrificing New Jersey Republicans is that legal experts say the infrastructure projects will likely be reinstated by the courts. The federal government money has already been allocated, and the Trump references to DEI concerns, experts say, is nonsensical. In other words, federal judges will, sooner rather than later, unfreeze the federal cooperation with the projects. But New Jersey Republicans will still be stuck having to account for Donald Trump's tantrums that were threatening state residents. Trump's sloppy retribution effort came after Democrats demanded Republicans extend Obamacare tax credits to the government funding bill. The tax credits, which are set to expire at the end of the year, lower health care costs for millions of Americans. Trump and congressional Republicans refused to consider the extension. So Democrats withheld the votes to pass the funding bill, and the government shut down. In New York, here's Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul.
We don't surrender. We don't surrender. I think that's the point to be taken. That's what Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are doing on behalf of a grateful nation right now. They're taking it right back to the people who caused this and saying that we're not giving in until we know that you've stopped this dismantling of a program that says we in America believe that we should take care of the huddled masses and the poor who are already here as well. And those are people who are going to lose their health care subsidies. That's what this fight comes down to, as well as the other programs.
Democrats say part of the struggle in these negotiations has been Donald Trump's ignorance. Trump reportedly knew nothing about the health care tax credits until Schumer and Jeffries mentioned that sticking point. Trump's mental decline also appears to be a problem. The day after meeting at the White House with Schumer and Jeffries, Trump could not remember Jeffries' name.
Chuck Schumer, who was here yesterday, along with a very nice gentleman who I didn't really know. You know who I'm talking about. The two of them came, and we had a good discussion, and we're going to see what happens.
Well, what's happened is that Dementia Don is losing track of people and key issues. And now, amidst the government shutdown, Trump, or the people around him, are trying to squeeze Democrats in New York and New Jersey by freezing infrastructure projects. But it is already backfiring politically on Trump and his Republican Party. And in the first set of public surveys, more Americans are blaming Republicans for the government shutdown than are blaming Democrats. By the way, Donald Trump's U.S. attorney who brought that indictment against former FBI Director James Comey is now getting blasted by a federal judge.
Lindsey Halligan, the newly installed U.S. attorney who was an associate secretary at the White House and is Donald Trump's former defense attorney and has never prosecuted a case. She brought this case to the grand jury by herself, we are told. She presented for a couple of hours without any help from other prosecutors in the office. At least they weren't presenting the evidence to that grand jury.
The fact that she couldn't find a single assistant U.S. attorney in an office of well over 100 of them is very telling to me. It's also telling that she is the lone person to have signed that indictment. She could not find any career professional.
The magistrate judge, I'm a little confused as to why I was handed two things with the same case number that are inconsistent, Ms. Halligan. So I only reviewed one with the two counts that our office redrafted when we found out about the two counts that were true billed, and I signed that one. I did not see the other one. I don't know where that came from. The court judge, you didn't see it? Halligan, I did not see that one. The court judge, so your office didn't prepare the indictment that they, Halligan, no, prepared three counts. I only signed the one, the two count. I don't know which one with three counts you have in your hands. The court judge, it has your signature on it. Halligan, okay, well.
I think this judge should throw the case out, but I'm afraid that he won't throw the case out because everyone will say he's a Biden judge and the fix is in. So it's probably, I mean, even though I wouldn't want to go through it myself, it's probably better if there's a trial and the jury acquits him, but this case should be thrown out.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Vernon, who wrote, "These incompetent attorneys must have gotten their law degrees from the Trump University of Incompetence." Indeed. I look forward to reading your comments about the Trump White House freezing infrastructure spending in New York and New Jersey, hurting area Republican candidates the most of all. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us. Hello, everybody. David Shuster here. Thanks for watching. If you found this reporting and commentary valuable, do us a favor and tap the like button. For more content like this, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That way, you'll be notified on your YouTube homepage when we drop a new video. If you are tired of corporate spin and want honest, people-focused news, click the join button below and be part of the fight for a better future. We wouldn't be here without your support. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thanks again for joining us.